sights on you. You occupy my daydreams. I know I'm not what they seem. I wanna be better, be perfect for you. If you wait for me, if you wait for me, wait for me. Wait for me. Out there, I know they'll be praying for you. Hunting for love, set their sights on you. You occupy my daydreams. I know I'm not what they seem. I wanna be better, be perfect for you. If you wait for me, if you wait for me, wait for me.
Collected the evidence, started tracking all the symptoms. You get in my mind every time, swear I'm infected. Hanging on to every word, the truth is on the tip of my tongue. Just say when you and me are like alchemy. You make it look easy, just know you're my antidote. You're my antidote. You're my antidote. Without a daily dose, I could go my dose. It's driving me wild. And how else could I cope, hitting an all-time low? So you're my antidote. You're my I could call my dose. It's driving me wild. So you're my antidote. You're my antidote. Long-lasting effects, just got a plan. The smell of the way that you move it leaves me breathless. It's all fun and games, and honey, I participate as long as we're on the same page. Without a daily dose, I'd go comatose. It's driving me wild. restlessly. It's how I am when you're gone, but I want you to chase that dream. Then you can come back to me. I know it don't feel right being away for so long, but I'm looking up at night. I'ma keep you closer this time. I don't care if oceans keep us apart, 'cause when it gets too hard, I'm gonna be right there with you. I still say it, but you already know that even on your own, baby, I'm right there with you. Right now you're miles away, but when I close my eyes, I can feel you next to me. Loving you is worth all this time. I know you have that fear, that it's a selfish thing to do, but who am I to stop you now, when this means so much to you? I don't care if oceans keep us apart, 'cause when it gets too hard, baby, I'm right there with you. Baby, I'm right there with you.
Let's go. Sorry for the delay, boys. We are live. 3.5 weeks out from the draft, baby. Little more than 3.5 weeks, but we roll. We fucking roll. Guess I need to turn the music down a little more. I always do this. I never turn it down enough. Yeah, there we go. I figured today, because I was just looking into Darren Peterson in my own time today, just trying to deep dive, and I figured we'd watch some like interviews of him, because we've just watched like game tape, pretty much, a lot of highlights, not even game tape, just highlights. So I figured we'd watch some like interviews and stuff, just because like that's kind of my main, like, I like skill and all that stuff, but my biggest thing is like, how are you as a person? That's like a big factor to me. Like, that's why I love Jaren Jackson Jr., because like on the court he fits, he's a really good player, but like the culture that JJJ brings is like top notch. And so like Wembanyama's just like so good, so smart, like top tier. Like, even if he wasn't 7'4" or whatever the fuck he is, 7'5", 6, even if he was like 6'7", he'd still be like elite locker room guy. So I figured we'd watch some interviews from Darren and just see where his mentality is, what he's like, if he's like cocky or brash or anything like that. So yeah, dude, let me switch it over. I don't know which interview to start with. We've seen this one with Jay Billis that came out 2 weeks ago. It was literally the same day as the draft, or the day after the draft. So we don't need to watch that. In fact, we might. Who knows? I don't know how late we're going to go tonight. It's literally 2 a.m. If you're rewatching this, which I know you are, because literally the moment I'm done streaming, I will look and it'll be like 3 viewers, like 3 different people jumped in. Then I'll wake up, it'll be like 20 to 40. So like people watch it obviously in the morning, so I appreciate you guys for watching. But yeah, maybe at the end we'll watch this, is what I'm getting at. But yeah, it's late. I don't know how late I'll stream. So who knows? But yeah, I don't see myself going anywhere under an hour. I don't know, around an hour probably I'll go. So maybe we'll jump back to this interview. Who knows? Darren Peterson discusses Wizards meeting. We don't give a schnit about that, dude. You're coming to Utah, brother. Who cares about your meeting with Washington? That's on the other side of the whole continent, bro. What do you mean? Let's see. Combine interview. We can. It looks like it's the same thing. That's his high school one. Let me see this. I wanted to see this as I was scrolling.
Well, these NBA rookies average more or less than 20 points this season. First one up, Cam Boozer.
Less.
I think less as well. AJ DeBasta.
I'm gonna go with less. I mean, if he gets drafted to Washington, you have Trae Young, you have Anthony Davis. I'm gonna go with less.
I'm going to go with more. Darren Peterson.
This feels doable. Let's say he lands in Utah. If he lands in Utah, you still have Laurie, you have Keontae George. I mean, they have scores there, but I think that Darren Peterson, without a doubt, becomes the go-to scorer in Utah day one. I'm going to go with more.
Yeah, purely based on FGAs.
disagree with that.
Give me more as well. Darius Acuff.
I'm going to
Yeah,
go with more. If he gets
frankly, I
drafted to the
disagree.
Brooklyn Nets, for example,
Not that he won't score 20 a game, which I think he can, but I don't think he's instantly our number one option. He might be number 4 in his rookie year. Like, Lowry's number 1, Keontae's 2, JJJ's probably 3, and he's probably 4. Now, in year 2, year 3, we can change those options. Ace might be in there at that point, but as of right now, I don't think he's surpassing Lowry or Keontae as our... I mean, he might be able to pass Keontae, dude. He's so good. He's so good. Oh, well. This one from 6 months ago is good. We can pick up where I left off. Actually, no, we'll start from the beginning. It's really good. Here we go.
Teams bringing freshmen to media events like this is rare. What does it mean to you to be here representing Kansas?
I think it's just a great opportunity for me. I'm blessed to be here, and kind of just shows the confidence Coach Self has in me.
When you think about your individual goals and team goals for this upcoming season, what does that look like?
I don't really have too many individual goals, honestly. I'm just focused on getting wins, winning the Big 12 and winning the championship.
Your coach, Bill Self,
That's a good mentality to have.
has been raving about you all year. What's it like playing for Bill Self?
It's great so far. He's hard on us. He expects a lot of us, but it's all out of love. I think so. He sees something in us, and we're starting to see it in ourselves as well.
What's he like at practice?
He's great. He wants us to go 110 every rep, which is something we got to be better at. And you can see, I see his vision a lot. He understands us, and I think we're all connecting really well.
How would you describe your game?
I think I'm a guard that can, combo guard that can do everything. I really just want to win, so whatever that looks like, whatever I got to do to win, guard, score, make plays, rebound. I'm trying to do anything out there to win.
There's been comparisons to some guys.
Look, that's where, like, that's the right mentality to have. Not that AJ doesn't have that mentality, because, like, again, if we get AJ, I'll love him. It'll be sick. Rainbow face, like, you know, but he doesn't, like, AJ is, like, he's confident to the point where it's, like, almost cocky. Like, he's not cocky, he's not brash, but he's, like, almost. He's really close. Like, Cooper Flagg was like this, too. Cooper Flagg's actually gotten better the last, like, year and a half. So I'm sure AJ might get a little humbled in the NBA the same way Cooper did. But, like, dude, Cooper sucked. In his high school years, dude, Cooper was like, I'm the best, I'm the shit, dude. Oh, man, he was so cocky. But Darren here is literally just like, whatever it takes to win, dude. I'm just here to win. Let's win. Whatever it takes. Like, so sick. He's not like, I'm going to put the team on the back. Like, whoever drafts me, you've got your team superstar. Like, he doesn't even, like, he doesn't, like, say, like, anything near to, like, to that point. He's just, like, now I know this is, like, 6 months ago, so he's not talking about teams drafting him, but, like, we'll get to the other interviews where he's just like, yeah, dude, I think I fit in good. Like, whatever. I'm ready. I'm ready for whatever they give me. Like, it's sick. He's a kid.
Had legendary collegiate careers,
Yeah.
NBA careers in terms of how you play.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite player growing up, and is there anybody that you've modeled your game after?
My favorite player changes a lot, but right now, I gotta go Devin Booker. That's one of
D-Buck is a good choice.
my guys. Then model, I don't really try to model my game after anybody, but like Kobe was my guy too as well. I like how he played because he similar size, not kind of like me. So that was my guy.
So, if he becomes anything like what he's trying to become, we're adding either Devin Booker or Kobe Bryant to our current roster? Like, what? Again, these are all hypotheticals. We need Danny and Austin and Ryan and Justin to draft this kid, and we also need Washington to not draft this kid. So it's, stars have to align. And I think as we get closer to the draft, you're going to get more reports that Washington's like, we're open to Darren Peterson. We like Darren Peterson. Like, in fact, they might not. They might say they want AJ. In fact, I saw that report today. Now I take it back. They are probably going to be like, we want AJ. AJ's our guy. That way Utah trades up and offers them whatever to get AJ. But I think we should be happy to be like, Darren's our guy. But then if they take Darren, we're like, sick. We got AJ DeBonsa. I think it should be, and we're going to say this every night. We're going to keep going with these videos. Every single person, except for a few, all agree the Jazz should take whoever Washington doesn't take between AJ and Darren. Cam Boozer's cool, dude. Cam's sick. He was born in Salt Lake. His dad's with the team. I get it. Cam's sick. But, bro, we cannot pass on AJ or Darren. We cannot do it. We got blessed with the number 2 pick. If it was the 3rd pick and we'd be like, yay, Cam Boozer, and then maybe if Darren falls to us, but no. We got the number 2 pick. Darren or AJ. Fucking whoever's there. Run to the podium. That's what we need to do here. And I think it's going to be Darren. So, again, everything I say here, today, the next couple weeks, I am going to almost speak it into existence. I'm going to be talking like we are drafting Darren. That's my whole ideology. Because that's every report you're going to see. Every report you're going to see is AJ DeBonsa going 1 to Washington. And then us, it's 90% we're taking Darren Peterson. And there's the few crowd people that are like, oh, but Cam Boozer analytically is the perfect basketball player. And he'd fit in perfectly with your front court in your second unit. There's going to be those people. But consensus is AJ 1, Darren 2. That's been the consensus the last 6 months. And then before that, it was Darren 1, AJ 2. So, those have been the top 2 guys' consensus for 6 years, maybe? No, that's too far because Cooper reclassified. 4 years? 3 years, something like that. Since Cooper reclassified, they've been the 1-2 guy. So, if we pass on whoever's there, I will riot. We will riot in the street, boys. Expect that tweet coming, dude. I'm tweeting that tonight. If we don't draft whoever falls, we riot in the streets, right? Just to see if anybody comments and goes, nah, Booz is the guy. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
What do you like about Devin Booker's game?
He's super smooth. Everything just looks easy for him.
We've seen some incredible highlight reel dunks. We've seen you stepping back and canning threes.
Mm-hmm.
Would you rather be at the rim or be outside on fire from downtown?
For my answer, I'd rather be behind the 3-point line, but Self want me on the rim. So I gotta make him happy.
You'd rather be behind the 3-point line?
Yeah, I'd rather be back there. They be fouling me and bang. I like to finesse.
Do you remember your first dunk?
First dunk, right around when COVID happened, it was a lob from my pop outside. I got the video.
Take us through that moment. That's a core memory.
Yeah, it is. It took 10 tries. He was just throwing me lobs, telling me to go get it. And I ended up going to get one, and I just ran around the neighborhood.
And you were how old?
I think 13 or 14.
Bill Self has added former KU point guard, a guy that coached many years in the NBA.
Yeah.
He's a legend in Lawrence, Jacques
Yeah.
Vaughn from the staff.
I was about to say Jacques
What is
Vaughn.
your relationship like with Coach Vaughn, and what have you learned from him in terms of guidance and everything that goes with being a KU basketball player?
Me and him have.
For those that don't know, Jacques Vaughn, as he's going to talk about him, is assistant coach, obviously. Played for the Jazz. Was the interim coach for the Brooklyn Nets. I don't know if it was ever a full contract. I think it was just interim. It was interim, and then they signed him for the rest of the year. It was something. Jacques Vaughn was the head coach of the Brooklyn Nets a couple years ago. So he's a really good coach. Really knows his shit. So to hear that he not only learned from Jacques Vaughn is really nice. it's kind of like a similar thing how AJ had Kevin Young. Like, Kevin Young's better than Jacques Vaughn, but like, it's an NBA mind, the guy that knows the NBA, knows how it operates. Like, he was able to help Darren, I'm sure, in those kind of sense. But yeah, dude, Jacques Vaughn's the shit. Maybe he can help him with stuff about Utah, so who knows?
A great relationship. Once I seen he got the job, I texted him off the rip. Like, I'm super excited to learn from you. You've done everything that I want to in my career, and I think he respected that a lot. He kind of connected as soon as he got to campus, and I worked with him a lot and try to pick his brain. And I think that hire is going to be huge for our guards. Like you said, a great guard, and a legend in Kansas. So we try to just learn as much as we can from him. I know he'll be great for us throughout the year, great for me as well.
What's it like being a true freshman and shouldering the load of leadership and having a voice in the locker room and everything that goes around being the guy on the floor, but also off the floor?
Yeah, it's definitely an adjustment. I was always a leader, but it was usually by example. That's how I was raised, just lead by example, don't say too much. But obviously it has to change now with the opportunity I'm given and the position I'm in. I have to become a vocal and a loud leader. And I think Coach Love is bringing it out of me and my teammates as well.
How would you describe your leadership style?
Kind of like the first answer, like by example, but now I'm trying to just be more vocal, just saying anything. Sometimes there's not even anything to say, but just make some noise, something, just say something. That's kind of what I'm leaning towards now.
KU plays in one of the most incredible atmospheres in college basketball, Allen Fieldhouse. When you walk through those doors, what goes through your mind?
Right now, I've been working out in there for like the past couple weeks since the season is upcoming, and I try to just envision the arena filled out because I haven't really been in there when it's sold out yet. So kind of just manifesting and seeing myself playing the jerseys and seeing everything playing through. That's kind of how I operate. I'm just super excited for it.
All the history, the pedigree, everything surrounding Kansas basketball. Take us through.
Bro, if you like Allen Fieldhouse, brother, the Delta Center is going to be very nice. Welcome home, my friend.
Through the recruiting process and why Kansas?
It just felt right at the end of the day. During the process, I think a lot of the coaches that recruited me kind of said similar stuff. And I just felt like it was right with Coach Self and the coaching staff. I knew some of the guys that went here before, and they told me the fit and the offense, and it kind of just sounded similar to my year I had at Prolific. So I was like, well, if I can mimic that, then I think I got a good chance to have a great college career. So it was an easy decision for me at the end of the day.
All right, let's get to know Darryn Peterson. What is your go-to karaoke song?
Ooh, that's a great question.
It's a very good question, dude. This affects it a lot, dude. This answer's a big deal, dude, for me. Let's see what happens.
It's anything by Drake, I ain't gonna lie. I can't pick one Drake song, but if you put it on, I probably know all the words.
I don't hate it, I guess.
Who's the best dressed
I don't love it, but I don't hate it.
player on KU's roster?
Best dressed? Definitely not me. I'm gonna have to go Trey White. Trey White, they got too much swag. I come sweatsuit, Kansas gear. Like even this, I would never wore this, but yeah, Trey White.
So more slides for you than sneakers.
Definitely. I wouldn't have wore these, but we came straight from practice. I would have wore sneakers today, but slides for sure.
There you go, dude. Nice little interview from DP, future jazz man. Oh man, every time this pops up, I want to click on it, dude. Good old Hoops Nerds reaction. What do we watch? What do we watch now, boys? One more interview. Can we get another interview in? Let's see this. Darryn Peterson after a loss. How does he act?
Yeah, it just so experience
for me, it was my first time being in college. I'm not sure it was my last, but yeah, I just had a good experience. Everything, practices, boot camp, road trips, home games, just moments that I won't be able to ever forget about.
You said you're not sure it's your last?
Yeah.
Some you still have to think about?
Yeah, just I talked to my family. Yeah.
He knew. He knew damn well he was about to be a jazz man, dude. He knew.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
Regarding tonight, did you guys expect their press?
Yeah.
Gave you guys troubles. Inbound of the ball gave you troubles. Why was that? You have any idea?
I think we were just a little bit careless. We scouted it, we knew it was coming, so it was on us to respond, and we did in that time.
Darren, on the final play there for St. John's, what did you sort of see them go for?
The fuck was that, Darren? You sleeping, dude? You look like Trump in his cabinet meetings, dude. Fucking. Bro just zoned out, dude. What was that?
DARRYN, attack, got the ball up, made the layup.
What's sort of the emotions running through you guys right now, you think? Coming for you?
Kind of just, I don't know, just here right now. Yeah.
If it does end up being your last KU, how do you want to be remembered by KU fans?
I hate those questions, dude. That's the stupidest question I've ever heard. I hear that all the time, whether it's like UFC, NBA, NFL. If this was your last game, if you're gonna retire, like blah blah blah, how do you want the fans to remember you? Fucking, I don't know. That I was sick? Like, fucking, what do you want me to answer with? Like, I don't. I was humble, genuine, super friendly. Like, the fuck do you want somebody to describe themselves? I don't know. Tell me that I was fucking lit, brother. Like, I don't know. Fucking. So dumb, stupid ass question.
I'm not sure right now. Hopefully, as a player, that will have a place that he can call home in Kansas, in Orange, Kansas. A player that went out there and played hard every time he could. Yeah.
When you look back at your Kansas, what do you remember most?
The relationships I built with the players and the coaching staff.
Yeah. How tough was it to lose like that when you guys come back from down 14 and look like you guys have the momentum there? Then obviously, it's like that.
Super tough.
Is there anything you want?
Fucking super tough. So funny. Super tough. What is it? Is this the Jay Billis one? I guess we can watch this, dude. We'll watch this before we pop on Twitter and do some scrolling. I mean, I do have Ben Anderson pulled up, dude. Wanna look at Ben's account? But yeah, I guess we can watch this interview again with Jay Billis. It's good shit. It's good shit.
We can say this, there are questions when it comes to Darryn Peterson, but boy, are there answers too. Better than 20 points per game, shot it at close to 40% from three-point range. He can rebound, he can get to the rim. He is an elite talent in this draft, and he is standing by with our Vanessa Richardson.
Look how long his arms are, bro. Like, am I just like tripping, or do his hands basically touch his knees? Like, they're really close. Fucking, what's his wingspan again? It's fucking nuts. It's fucking nuts, isn't it? It's 6'10". Fuck. That's just nuts. Good for you, Darren. Long ass arms. It's gonna help us a ton on defense. We appreciate it.
So happy to be joined now by Darryn Peterson. And Darren, how would you describe your mindset ahead of such a big day for you?
I only have to do it once, just enjoy experience.
You've shown incredible two-way potential. How can you bring that to whichever team chooses to draft you?
I'm just going to work my butt off on both sides of the ball and just challenge myself every day.
You're able to get to the rim with such ease at such a young age. How would you describe your athleticism?
Blessed. I would say I'm blessed.
What are you looking forward the most to this part of your journey?
Right now I'm trying to stay where my feet are. Right now I'm just focused on trying to dominate today.
What makes you different as a potential NBA player?
I would say my discipline. Like, I'm willing to do anything to be the best me possible.
And you know what, I got to ask you, why should a team take you number one?
I feel like I'm the best, and take a chance on me. I won't let you guys down.
Best of luck today, Darren.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Reminder, if he does go number one, we've got AJ DeBonsa, bro. What a life we fucking live, dude. Oh my god. Thank you. Go Jazz.
Man, a few words there. Focused to the point here. Sean, he missed 11 games during the regular season to hamstring and ankle injuries. There were some cramping issues, which we can get into here. When he played, nobody in the country was better.
Listen, I mean, he's like a fine violinist, you know, string it up and let it rip. And when he gets the ball in his hands offensively, he can put on a show. It's a performance. You know, I went to a practice back in September. He hit 7 threes in a 5-on-5 scrimmage in like a 2.5-minute span. You talk about making tough shots, taking tough shots. Darren Peterson can do that.
He absolutely can do that. The question is with Darren Peterson, and when coming into the year, everyone had him as their potential #1 pick. The lack of playing games, you mentioned missing the 11 games, and at the NBA level, I'm fortunate to call a lot of NBA games. Shout out to my ESPN radio crew. The best ability is availability. And when you're not there consistently, that is the biggest question I think that executives and scouts have about DP. It's not about his...
I have zero worry about his availability, in case you guys are wondering. I think he's going to come out and just fucking immediately be available for 70 plus games, 75 games. Yeah, he may miss 7 to 10 games, dude. It might happen. Okay, it's possible. But I think, I don't know, dude. He was really healthy in high school and all that kind of shit, so we'll see.
Talent, because he's an elite talent. How often will he show up and be able to play?
Medicals, the interviews, the talent is undeniable. We were there for game day for the BYU game. And he, in the first half, he absolutely dominated the game, every aspect of the game. Offensively, defensively, in transition, at the rim, pulling up, making shots, making the game easier for other people. And then the start of the second half, he didn't play. So, I mean, the talent, the skill set, the transferable skill set, whether it's Devin Booker-ish, whether it's Bradley Beal-ish, all those things are in place. The biggest question is, you know, Bobby, I ask you this. How much will these decision makers dig into his medicals and his mindset?
Well, I think for him, the medical is probably the most important thing, just based on what happened this year at Kansas as far as availability standpoint. I think that's part of it. I think how Darren interviews over the next week and when he goes on his team visits, it's the ability of...
Let's actually look up what other players have a 31.5-inch vert. What was it, 31.5 or 30.5? 31.5 with a 31. Let's see, who's got a 31.5? That's it? No, it's fucking not just Darren. Fucking what NBA players? Fuck, dude, Drew Timmy. That fucking sucks, dude. What are we doing here? He jumps as high as fucking tubby white boy Drew Timmy, dude. Shit. He doesn't jump high at all. I mean, he's got a super wingspan, so he'll still be able to block shots and shit, but that fucking sucks. Fucking 30. That blows, dude. That's fucking ass. I guess it's a standing vert, so let's be more specific. That might be something different. Standing vert. Who else is like a freaking... It's just DP, dude. Fuck me, bro. Combine averages. Typical point guards average 30.8. Okay, so we're chilling, dude. We're good. He's above average jumper, bro. We're good. Yeah, dude, we're fucking big chillin', bro. He's almost a whole inch above average, dude. That's what she said. Fucking great, dude. Shout out Darren.
We're investing in you. How are you going to fit in with our locker room? Some of these teams up top, they're in different situations. The Wizards and Utah made big trades at the deadline. They're in a little bit more of a win-now team than a team like Chicago or Sacramento, some of these other teams here. But this week's important for him. It's a huge week for him, just to show, kind of put some doubts of what people are thinking about him.
But to Bobby's point, that's one thing, and I've been in that position before, not Darren Peterson's position, but going into a veteran locker room as a young guy, and you're no longer the star at that point. I don't care if he's the #1 or #2 pick. If he goes to Washington, Anthony Davis and Trae Young are still been all-stars. If you go to Utah, Triple J, he's been an all-star. So you're not walking into a locker room where you all of a sudden become the guy.
People forget about Lowry so much, dude. Like, if you go to Washington, you've got Trae Young and Anthony Davis. But if you go to Utah, you've got Triple J. Fucking Lowry's better than all 30 people you just mentioned. Like, maybe if this was 2 or 3 years ago, we'd have a different conversation. Like, Anthony Davis is obviously really good. Trae Young's really good. Like, in the year 2026, brother, in May of 2026, Lowry is better than Trae Young. Lowry is better than Anthony Davis. And Lowry is better than JJJ. That's debatable, but, like, I think so. Offensively better. Defensively not, but it doesn't matter. So, that was a stupid point, but whoever said that, I don't know if it was Seth Greenberg, whoever the fuck said that, but whatever.
How do you fit into Bobby's point becomes very important as far as your success.
Oh, it was Bobby Marks. That makes sense. Fuck you, Bobby.
Room with a guy that can mentor him, put his arms around him, and basically bring him into the NBA circle and the professional approach he needs to take care of his body, to do the things that he needs to do to maximize his potential and the team's investment.
Well, the veterans are now in their mid-20s. In comparison to when I was in the NBA, they were in their mid-30s. So, but the reality behind it is, coming into whatever locker room it is, those players are going to have the exact same questions that we're asking. Why didn't you play? They want to know the reasoning why he missed those 11 games throughout his college career.
Right, and then there's been the most recent explanation about the...
Okay, max vert is 37.5, okay? So now can we Google that? NBA players with a... max... what was it? 37.5, right? Yes. Okay. What's anybody that we can compare to? Darren Peterson. Wow. What about Pat? What? Okay, so James Harden, Blake Griffin, Kobe. Kobe had 38. So yeah, basically Kobe, dude. Basically the Kobe jump. He's Kobe, dude. He's Kobe Bean. He's Mr. Bean. Bean in the blue, or Bean in the blue and purple, dude. It's gonna be so nice. Let's go.
Intake of too much creatine at times, which I think a lot of us have had our own questions about as well. There's been a lot of time to come up with that.
Farmer's got creatine. Look at his.
I take creatine every day.
Every day.
And no cramping here on the set here. Hey, let's bring Shams Charania back in here. Shams, there's absolutely no debate about the talent and about the potential and how he could translate. What are the questions that teams will be asking Darren Peterson?
So, guys, Darren Peterson started his interview process this morning here in Chicago at the Combine, and there's going to be questions about his style, what he wants to play like at the next level. But, yes, the big question is medically what happened with the cramping. And he's telling teams, like he told Ramona Shelburne last week, that it was due to an excess of creatine intake. And so that's how he has addressed it with teams. And so now moving forward, he believes he's past this issue. And so Washington, Utah, they'll bring him in, they'll have conversations, they'll see his medicals and be able to review it. Two other things that he has gotten across during this process is he wants to be the #1 pick in this NBA draft. He does not want to be the #2 pick in this draft to Utah. He wants to go #1. We'll see how the process shakes out. And the other thing is he has made it clear to teams privately and to them personally that he believes he's a point guard at the next level at 6'5".
Shams, thanks. Bobby, let's be very pointed.
He believes he's a point guard. We've discussed this. I am totally fine with him being our point guard and Keontae moving to the shooting guard. I have no issue with that. In fact, it might be better for Keontae to be the shooting guard, so who knows? I don't hate it.
Here, what would you want to know from Darren Peterson?
Why should we draft you? Why should we invest in you? How would you fit in if I'm with the Wizards? And I think if I'm Darren Peterson, I'd probably ask the same question back. How would you use me as a teammate? Listen, I had the opportunity last night to sit with his parents for about an hour and really just kind of help them go through this process. Parents are wonderful, and he's a wonderful.
First off, fuck you, Bobby Marks. You know the vibe. You can catch these hands anytime we're in the street. Not really. I'm not going to fight you. That was not a threat, okay? But, like, you know what I mean, Bobby. Fucking Jazz Nation hates you, dog. We fucking hate your ass. So while we're at it, dude, while we're just fucking saying fuck you, Bobby, why the fuck are your glasses so dirty? Jesus Christ. Get a fucking microfiber. Like, for context, dog, fucking my glasses, fucking crystal, dude. Pristine. I can see through these babies. You know what I mean? Fucking dumbass Bobby Marks. Looks like somebody ejaculated on that shit. Look at his shit, bro. Clean your shit, Bobby. Be a grown-up. Clean your shit. Hygiene's important, bro. No wonder Brooklyn fired your ass. Definitely wasn't the Kevin Garnett shit.
Are wonderful, and he's a wonderful kid. But when you're picking #1 or #2, you've got to be all in on that type of player. I do think it's going to be interesting, and what teams I've talked to, they're going to go back to watching him in high school, and they're going to go back, not just at Kansas. They're going to look at what he did at Prolific Prep in high school, and look at those films too, as far as because it's a little bit different as far as what he was at Kansas, as far as what he was in high school.
But when you look at his films at Prolific Prep, there was no one on the floor that could even be in his category.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about
What position? Because in NBA it's ball guards. Most of they're scoring point guards. What
ball
position?
guard is your term.
Yeah.
The NBA is combo guards.
Yeah.
But when you consider the fact that
you can use it if you'd like.
Thank you. If you're Washington and you're going to pair him with a Trae Young, right? Trae Young, who led the country in scoring and assists his 1 year in college, has been a 10 assists per game player throughout his entire career. You're not going to put the ball in Darren Peterson's hands. Yeah. He's going to be a off guard.
Yup. And that's why I think him to Utah makes so much sense.
But if he goes to Utah, Keontae George has been spectacular.
Alright, first off, fuck off. Okay, look. Keontae has been spectacular. Okay? But he's played shooting guard his whole life unless he was in the NBA. College, high school, everything, he was a shooting guard. So I think Keontae will be just fine going back to shooting guard, and DP can be our point. Don't think it's an issue.
So therefore, do you say, I'm going to take the basketball out of his hands to put it into Darren Peterson? I think Darren is a 2-guard, not a combo. I think he is a shooting guard at the next level. He averaged 1.6 assists per game at Kansas this year. AJ averaged 3.7. Yeah. Again, you can luck up into 2 a game. So I don't believe he's a guy that makes others better. I think he's a scorer.
Well, and to that point, we didn't hear a lot.
I don't hate it, though. You're telling me he's a Michael Jordan or a Kobe Bryant? I don't hate it.
From Darren Peterson throughout the course of the season. And when he stepped to the mic for the very first time, he told us all that he is an antisocial loner. That concerns me a little bit when you're coming in a locker room at this next level, when that's the first comment of how you describe yourself to the media when it's your first opportunity to talk.
There you go.
Okay.
I was waiting for that point.
As a point guard,
And so while we look at these numbers and we get excited, 38% from beyond the arc over the course of the season, let's dig in deeper. Those were...
You're saying, like, they don't like that he's a quiet loner as a point guard? I love that. That he's just a fucking maestro, that he just sits there and thinks hard. Like, was Rajon Rondo, like, was he a fucking boisterous, loud, like locker room kind of guy. No. Fucking sat in the back, relaxed, and then got when the ball was in his hands, he's fucking cooked. Like, I don't. Was Kobe Bryant a big chatty Cathy, dude? Like, no. What the fuck are we talking about?
With limited minutes, right? When he played in the last 9 games and played 30 minutes plus per game, he shot 30% from beyond the arc.
Struggled down the stretch.
He struggled down the stretch in this game. And I think some of that is a psychological impact of everything that went on during the course of the season. And if you're drafting Darren Peterson, to me, I want to know completely that he has passed whatever it was physically and then mentally.
Oh, so I'd like to say that he's standing next to Braden Burries. I saw Braden Burries in person. He was way bigger than I thought he was going to be. Darren's bigger than Braden, so Darren must be like very big in person.
That created barriers throughout his journey at Kansas.
Can you get those answers though? I mean, like that is a great question, but can you get those answers? My bigger question is, do you bring him into your organization? He says he wants to be a point guard. You say you want to. We see you. You've got to be upfront and say, this is how we see you for our team.
You know what I would do? I would, if it's Utah or Washington, when he comes in for his visit, I would bring my own players in. I want to see how he interacts with Trae Young. I want to see how Anthony Davis, Larry Markkinen, Jaren Jackson Jr. I want my group of core players in that workout watching and seeing how he interacts with that group.
And you also consider, even if it's Washington, Bob Carrington.
Yeah.
Again, who most likely
Trey Johnson. Listen, a lot of these, Utah's got they're more the bigs. Washington's got a bunch of guards in that stable there, former first rounders,
and guys who are used to having the basketball in their hand. And that's the question that you have to ask your organization. Do you?
Another reason why I don't think Darren's gonna go number 1, and he's gonna fall right into our lap, bro. Ugh. So amazing. Again, I said it earlier in the stream. If you guys didn't catch it, I think Darren's the best player. I would take him number 1. So the fact that Washington got the number 1 pick, they don't need a guard. They've got Trae Young, who's like a ball handler. Like, yes, thank you.
You stunt the growth of Bob Carrington, of Trey Johnson, to be able to accelerate Darren Peterson.
But when he's at his very best, like in that BYU game, not those last 9 games where he couldn't create separation for some reason. When he's at his very best, the dude is a big-time on-off the ball shot maker. How many guys are there out there like him?
In a loaded lottery.
Doesn't he just look good in that purple, dude? That purple in Darren Peterson, doesn't it just look right? Doesn't it just look right, you know? Ooh. You'd love to see it.
Particularly with guards. If he's not 1, is there any scenario where he's not 2?
I do believe there is a scenario where he's not 2. Yeah, there are a number of scenarios where he's not 2. He could fall down to 5 even later than that.
If Darren Peterson falls past 3, I'll cut off my left testicle. Hold me to it, dude. Fucking hold me to that, guys. DP goes 4, 5, or beyond. Left nut. Getting rid of it, dude. Fucking what?
Simply because of how many players, we look at the graphic, how many guys there are in this draft that could eventually be generational talents. We're talking about guys that could absolutely be all-stars and beyond.
I think the conversation, him at 2, Caleb Wilson at 2. I mean, like, I think he's the X factor in the whole thing, because you talk about upside. I'm not sure there's a guy in the draft with a higher upside than Caleb Wilson.
We forgot about him. Like, I don't say us, but I'm saying the general public forgot about him after his injury.
That's why we're here today.
Down the stretch of the regular season, nobody was talking about Caleb Wilson. And part of the reason why North Carolina gets bounced, Hubert Davis gets removed from that being the head coach of that program. Caleb Wilson's out with the hand injury. And all these other talented players were putting up monster numbers. Darius Acuff shined so great down the stretch of the regular season. Our focus shifted and changed that. Now that we're here, I think Caleb Wilson's going to put on a show. That's what we said off the top. And I think he's going to put up a big time performance.
Bobby, are you buying Darren Peterson slipping below 2 to 5, 6?
I think you have to be careful in this process of talking yourself out of a player. I think that's where teams get in trouble along this way. And what happens over the next 5 or 6 weeks, you tend to fall in love with players that maybe you weren't as big on during the regular season. You're gonna have to rely on your scouts. Like, the guys who are out on the road watching these guys, doing the background, seeing them up close in person. Those are the more people I trust than bring him in for an individual workout and everything. So Do I see him falling out of 2? I would be surprised, but listen, Caleb Wilson's he's gonna have really good work.
Again, fuck you, Bobby Marks, but good point, dude. There's no way he's falling past 2. There's no shot. If DP is there, we're taking him. Because first off, I don't know if you guys are aware, Danny Ainge and Austin, like historically, I guess Austin like only had 1 year to prove it, but like historically, they go off of high school ranking. Like that's what they do. Jaylen Brown, super high school ranking. Had an off year at Cal, still took him high. Keontae George was ranked like number 5 in the class. Had an off year at Baylor, gained a little weight, fell to 16. Like it's what we do. Guys that had fucking sick college career or high school careers, that's what we go off. DP was the number 1 in the country. We're not gonna be like, oh no, he had cramps. Like, we're not gonna take him at 2. What the fuck are you like? That's not how Danny operates. Come on, dude. That's not how he operates.
And Cameron Boozer's going to have good workouts, and some of the guards that we showed will come in, especially if Utah brings in 5 or 6 players here. So I do think you have to be careful when you go through that process of talking yourself out of a player.
Does anyone look at him like as a risk reward? Like, hey, we might have Devin Booker, or maybe all these things that have stacked up against him in this process become a reality. I mean, how do you guys look at in that room? You got to, like you said, talk yourself out of it.
Yeah.
The guy's talent is ridiculous.
Oh, I think he's
like he'll crush
the most
slides.
talented player in the draft.
Yeah.
I think you can make a.
Oh, we're
gonna have to come back.
We're gonna have to come back to that. Shut the fuck up, Bobby. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you, Bobby Marks. I guess we can watch the Jay Billis interview now. Fucking where to go? It was at the top, bro. It was at the top. What happened to it? I mean, there's Jay Billis there, but that's not the interview we're talking about. What the fuck? All right, maybe we research it. See what pops back up at the top. What? There it is. There it is.
Favorite artist. All right, let's welcome in the potential.
I thought this was on Jay Billis. Nah.
Welcome to Sports.
We've already seen that. We don't need that one. We need the one with Jay motherfucking Billis. Damn, dude. ESPN put it out. That's all I remember. Jay Billis. Let's see. Here we are.
The stars of today meet the stars of tomorrow. The NBA Draft, a 2-day event on ESPN and ABC.
Yes, we are in the middle of the NBA playoffs, but you know the calendar, it doesn't slow for anyone. We're nearly a month away from the 2026 NBA Draft, so let's just take a look here.
That graphic alone makes me so happy, dude. Just seeing Darren Peterson with a Jazz logo behind him, dude. Oh my god, dude. It's amazing. It's the fucking best. Like, it'd be cool, I guess, to see AJ DeBonsa, but dude, that DP smile, dude. Woo!
This is Jeremy Wu's latest mock draft. You see AJ DeBonsa is the #1 overall pick, followed by Darren Peterson, projected at 2 to the Jazz. So RJ Billis sat down with Peterson to talk about his year at Kansas and what to expect next in the NBA.
You can see Darren Peterson just glides up and down the floor. That's fun if you're a Jayhawk fan.
How would you describe your lone year at Kansas?
I think it was good. Battled through adversity, which I think everyone goes through, and got through it. So that was the biggest thing for me. Went through it, learned from it.
What was the adversity?
Just the injuries and the stuff that had me out of games.
And what was the feeling like?
Everything in my body just started to lock up. At first, I thought it was just like a normal cramp that you get as a hooper, but then it just got worse. And that's when I got to the training table was when I was saying, like, we got to call 911.
Can you describe the pain? What was it like?
Everybody's caught like a cramp in their calf or something in the middle of the night, but my whole body. So I'm laying on the training table, just not able to move. I felt like I was gonna die until that day.
Did it scare you?
Yeah, for sure. It traumatized me. Anytime I felt anything, no matter how much I told myself it wasn't gonna happen, the brain works its own way.
When you have an issue like that, everybody has an opinion.
Peterson's availability, it's been a huge
Is it
storyline
load
this
management? Is it his team is telling him don't play unless you're 100%?
The question is, can you trust him to be there on a night-in, night-out basis?
What was that like to have to listen to things that you may have felt were inaccurate?
Definitely was rough because the stuff that I was saying was just far from the truth and of my character and how I was raised. Kind of have to deal with it because I myself and the training staff didn't know what was happening, so I couldn't really get in front of it and say this is what happened because we had no idea, so I had to just deal with it.
Do you feel like now that everything's worked out and you have an understanding of why that was happening?
My creatine levels are normally high, so that on top of the dosing I was taking at Kansas made my levels get to an unsafe level, which made me be dehydrated and taking at Kansas. Creatine levels are normally high.
That's Jacques Vaughn behind him, by the way. Who we were talking about earlier. That's Jacques Vaughn.
So that on top of the dosing I was taking at Kansas made my levels get to an unsafe level, which made me be dehydrated and then had the full body cramp. So now I know not to dose like I was with the creatine. I already got normalized high levels, so I don't need to take it like I was.
So you feel like now there have been no issues?
Nah, no issues at all. I think it's definitely past me now.
Peterson.
Literally one of the best dunks I've seen in my life. So good.
Oh, what a finish by DARRYN Peterson. I'm no Dr. J, but I think he's feeling pretty good right now.
So after all this adversity, what would you say to your younger self?
All of it has shaped you. It's the reason why who you are today. And that we're a step closer to where we want to be. So another door's open, and I'm ready to step through it and see what's all to come.
Shoots. Got it. DARRYN Peterson.
He just moves at a different pace. He's as talented as any youngster that we've had. He's just a good player. He can do a little bit of everything.
2 more for DARRYN Peterson, putting on a clinic here tonight.
The NBA team that drafts DARRYN Peterson, what are they getting?
I would say someone that's going to be a pro both on and off the court.
He launches and hits.
You hear that, dude? He's going to be pro on and off the court. Ja Morant, he's talking about you, dumbass. Our boy over here, DP, he's not going to do that shit. You know what I'm talking about. I don't need to say what it is. You all know what I'm talking about. He's not going to do Ja Morant shit. He's good on and off the court. My boy DP.
Somebody's going to be on time. Someone's going to give great effort. Just a great teammate.
Back-to-back threes.
Would you describe yourself as being ultra competitive?
Yeah, for sure.
How does that manifest itself?
Just my upbringing with my dad and my older brother. Everything we did, we wanted to win because when we lost, my dad would say something about it, so we made sure like everything we're trying to win, whatever it is.
Would you say it's more that you love to win or hate to lose?
Hate to lose, way more than love to win. Just losing just wasn't something that was made normal in our household.
You hear about some players that they're built for this. Do you feel like you're built for this?
Yeah, no doubt. This is just what I've been preparing for my whole life. It's my destiny.
On an electric day in Allen Fieldhouse. Wow.
Thank you for that, Jay. So Peterson scored just over 20 points a game last season. That's the highest scoring average of a freshman in Kansas's illustrious history. So he was the #2 player in his class in high school in the recruiting rankings. He did win co-MVP of the McDonald's All-American game as well. So now we're about a month away from the NBA draft. And Brian, I know you and I have both been speaking to people around the league. There is a real conversation as to who is going #1. And I don't know about you, but I have been hearing DARRYN Peterson's name more and more.
Well, first off, Burke, he's from the Akron area of Ohio.
Yeah,
Let's just start with
Very, very important.
No, but what he was describing there, he has an explanation, he believes now, for what happened at Kansas. And trust me, the teams have dug into that. They have talked to their own doctors. The teams that could potentially draft him will interview him about it. They will do what we did and we'll talk to Bill Self and his coaching staff and his teammates about it. But when you talk to scouts, they think this guy is like what Bill Self is. He might be the most talented player in the draft. Okay, he doesn't have the size of A.J. Debinsa. His skill set is a little bit different than A.J. Debinsa's, but there's a lot of guys who love his talent. And as you mentioned, his brother just signed with the L.A. Rams. Was a star football player at Wisconsin. There's a lot of talent in the family.
For real? I don't remember hearing that. Let's see. Darren Peterson, brother. Who's your brother, brother? Daryl. Daryl and Darren. Both D-A-R-R-Y. And then one's an L and one's an N. That's kind of sick. Darren and Daryl. Better signing for the Los Angeles Rams as an undrafted free agent. We got an image of good old Daryl Peterson. Holy fuck. I mean, football player, I should have like expected him to be like a big dude. But like, if that's actually him, that is a big, holy fuck, bro. That is a big dude. What does he play? What position? Fuck. I mean, defense, so he's got to be like D lineman, D edge. Oh, that linebacker. Fuck, even scarier, dude. He knows how to really rock your shit. Fuck. Shout out Daryl Peterson, dude. Little off tangent, little moment, but like, shout out Daryl, dude. Hope to see you at the Jazz games, my guy. Fuck, he's scary looking. There he is, dude. Look at him. It's sad. It's actually an obituary. We shouldn't be looking at that. Poor guy. Is that Craig Bolerjack? Oh no, fucking way off. That kind of has like a Craig Bolerjack-y kind of like look to him. I don't know. A younger Craig Bolerjack. Alright, damn, dude. Shout out Darren. Didn't know your brother was a beast.
Family. And so he will not get past 2. He will either.
He won't get past 2. Let's go, Brian Windhorst. Fuck yeah. He ain't going past 2. Damn straight.
Could go 1 or 2, and I think it's very open who could go 1 in front of him. It could be him or AJ.
Well, I went and did my own little research and made a couple calls, and I talked to 2 executives that got top 5 picks in this year's draft, and they said they wouldn't be surprised if he go number 1. And you're right, Wendy, he is going number 2, and they also said that he's a great kid, a great young man. And they said the perception that was out there throughout the course of the college season, that's not what they get from him. They also said that they did their research. Here's another thing real quick. When it comes to his talent, his pace and his shooting will translate easily to the NBA, right? And he's good in the pick and roll, know how to make the right reads. Low end, Bradley Beal. High end, Kobe Bryant.
Wow, that's a heck of a comparison to be
making. Chill.
It's a heck of a comparison to be making. But in a draft class that's incredibly talented, you will not hear scouts and executives talk about a guy that has more talent, raw talent, than Darren Peterson. All right.
We've fucking heard it before, dude. The low end Bradley Beal, high end Kobe Bean Bryant. Fucking crazy, dude. What a life we live. Let's hop on over to Twitter. We're only going to do this for 5-10 minutes, so we're going to call it quits. We've already been live for an hour. But we'll just see what your boy Ben Anderson was saying. I hope they, let's see, what is this all about? Post unavailable. Oh yeah, it's the whole, so we got to talk about this. I'm not going to read all this, but so because of how the new draft lottery stuff changes next year, it's going to be where you can't have a top 5 pick. It's either a top 5 pick 3 years in a row or a top 4 pick 2 years in a row. Or let's see, you can't have a top 2 or top 4 pick 3 years in a row, and you can't have a top 5 pick 4 years in a row. It's not like that. So like basically we've had a top 5 pick 2 years in a row now. So if our pick that we traded to Memphis in the Jaren Jackson Jr. trade, the most favorable of us, Cleveland and Minnesota, if it lands in the top 5 or top 4, whatever the fuck it is, I should probably read this a little bit. He's not gonna tell me. If it lands in the top 4 or the top 5, Memphis doesn't get the pick. Like, they lose the pick somehow, some way. Like, just because we own the rights to it, technically, or something. Because like apparently when it comes to like draft pick trades, they trade the right to the pick, but they don't own the actual draft pick until like the night of the draft or something. I may be way wrong, but I remember reading that years ago. So the whole idea is like, technically it's our pick until it's not our pick. And at that point, it'll still be our pick if we, like, I don't know how to describe it. It's not our pick. It's their pick, but it's our pick. Like, I don't know. We own the rights. The rights are still the Jazz. So if it falls into the top 4, the top 5, whatever the fuck it is, it will have been that repeating rule where it was like 3 years in a row or 4 years in a row. So it's voided. Fucking gone. And Memphis won't get the pick. They don't get like a, compensatory like second round or 2 second round or something. Nope. They get fuck all. So it's really interesting. I mean, obviously we're not going to be bad enough next year, I don't believe, for it to end up falling into the top 5. So I think it's just fun banter, fun things to talk about. But it's a possibility, dude. Especially like the flattened lottery odds next year. So like, say we somehow make the play-in, fail, like we just have a rough season, injuries and stuff, and we end up with a 13th or 14th best odds, and we jump up to the number 1 pick. Sorry, Memphis, you don't get a pick. Like, that's kind of crazy to think about. Let's see, it's really early in the process, so I don't think there's actually a ton of great intel out there. I don't think teams are close to finishing their process, but I'm already hearing directly conflicting stuff at the top of the draft. It's going to be a very murky month. As one former scout told me, it's lying season. With where the Jazz are drafting and the unique storylines involved, AJ and BYU, Peterson's health, Boozer's connection, fans should prepare for a lot of smoke screens. For example, some people who really value basketball IQ might see that as enough to put Boozer ahead of AJ, while someone else said AJ's basketball IQ is only the difference between an All-NBA first team and an All-NBA second team player, which is fucking the difference between the 4th best player in the league and the 6th best player in the league. So, also hearing some that think Boozer's floor is the reason he's rated so high, but the high-end upside doesn't compare to AJ, DP, or Caleb Wilson. Essentially, there's not a consensus from anyone at this point, and I think that's a little unique. Quinn says, like that top 4 is not viewed by front offices to just be 4, the way fans and writers view it, or just the order of the 4. No, I think the top 4 is on average the consensus top 4. Is there a world where maybe someone jumps up to 3 or 4? Maybe. But I think the top 4 that everyone talks about is pretty universally agreed upon. Yep. I agree. And he says, okay, gotcha. It's full effect smokescreen season, but from what you've heard, is there anyone that stood out in particular to the Jazz, or are they keeping their cards close to the chest? And then he did not reply yet. Now this is easy. 1 DeBonsa, 2 Peterson, 3 Boozer, 4 Wilson, and that's how the draft will go. See, I have it Peterson, DeBonsa, Boozer, Wilson, but I do agree that the draft will go DeBonsa, Peterson, Boozer, Wilson. At least I hope that that's the way it goes. That's the way I hope it goes. Come on, Bang, give us no blah, blah, blah. Let's see. What did your boy Big Air Bailey say? Let's take a look at our return so far. Sent Rudy Gobert, Donovan Mitchell. Directly received Markkanen, Keontae, Kessler, and 4 first-round picks. And indirectly received Collier from the Ochai trade, Nurkic from the Sexton trade, Jaren Jackson Jr. from all that shit, and Walter Clayton. Plus, these moves allowed us to tank and acquire Taylor Hendricks, now JJJ, Cody Williams, Ace Bailey, and Darren Peterson / AJ DeBonsa / Cam Boozer. Who has it better than us in all caps? 2 players turned into this incredible lineup. Keontae, Darren, Markkanen, Jaren, Walker, Isaiah, Cody, Ace, and Nurkic. 2 guys turned into that, plus however many more first-round picks are remaining. Absolutely crazy. You forgot the part where we had to watch the crappiest Jazz basketball ever played for 4 years? That has to account for something, I guess. This looks cool on paper, and now it just needs to translate the W's on the court, but your point remains. The Jazz turned 2 stars who would likely be gone now into a future. Yep. Donovan would have been gone by now. We need to be very clear about that, guys. It's 2026. At this point, he would not have re-signed, because he re-signed with Cleveland last year, right? Was last year the year before? Doesn't matter. Re-signed with Cleveland. He would not have re-signed with us. At that point, we would have had no draft picks, The cap space would have been a fucking problem. The second and the first apron would have just been implemented. I think it was implemented the same year, or like it got stricter that year. Like Donovan would have been gone. He would have been gone this year or last year, and we would have been fucked. We would have gotten nothing for him, and if we did, it would have been like 2 first-round picks. It wouldn't have been like great. And then Gobert at this age, like maybe he would still be here, but you know, we're building around like, so then we would be sucking now, but then we wouldn't have any picks going forward. So like the rebuild would be 8 or 9 years long. So respectfully, I'm glad we did what we did when we did it, and I was very glad we did it when we did it then. Like, everybody else was like, oh no, we traded Donovan Mitchell. What am I going to do with my Donovan Mitchell shoes and my Donovan Mitchell jersey and my fucking... Bro, I was hyped. I was like, we got Larry Markkinen in 4 firsts or 3 firsts. Whatever. Bro, it was 3 firsts and a Ochai, so like technically 4 firsts. So I was like, bro, I was freaking the fuck out. It was the greatest day of my life. I was like, we got the GOAT. We got the 7-foot GOAT. And we got Walker and oh my God. Best 2 trades we've ever done. Fucking love life. Yeah. We've been live for over an hour. I should probably wrap it up. Ben, have anything else interesting to say today? When these workouts used to be open years ago, you'd see some Jazz players on the other side of the gym through a divider getting some summer workouts in, but current players can't work out with draft prospects in any official capacity. That fucking sucks. Full transparency, if the draft were today, my guess is the Jazz would take either AJ or Darren Peterson, whoever is still on the board. But I do expect teams to fall in love with Boozer's IQ and physical tools over the next 4 weeks. Yep. When you see Michael Brown Jr. coming in, I think that gives you a sense of how many workouts the Jazz will probably be doing. Imagine the majority of the top 10 projected picks will come in. I don't think any guard outside of Peterson is in serious consideration at 2. Yep, I would agree. Important to remember, considering the Jazz will only draft 1 of these players, this is their last chance to talk to a lot of these guys before they become free agents. Teams use these workouts as a chance to get to know players for trades, signings, years down the line. Yep, that is exactly correct. Have you ever wondered what private work... Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, there you go. Alright, we will wrap it up there. Unless there's something Jazz related up here that we can see. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright. We will wrap it up, boys. Here's my Twitter. Links in the description below. My TikTok is down there now. You can find my handle. And then we're going to get Instagram here shortly. I'm going to keep saying it, but eventually we'll get the Insta going. But yeah, here's the Twitter. We post clips and stuff. Nobody likes it or nobody comments it, but, you know, eventually one day, you know, even Ryan Smith started in a basement, you know. Jeff Bezos started in a with an Amazon thing written on cardboard. Like, anything's possible. So feel free to jump on and leave some comments, dog. Leave some likes. But yeah, that's the Twitter. Anyways, if I flew the main camera, thanks for watching. Leave a like, comment down below. Comment down below who you think the Jazz are going to take and who you want them to take. That's the comment I want you guys to answer every night until the draft. And yeah, it's pretty basic. Sub to the channel, turn on the notification bell. YouTube's super fickle. Again, I keep saying it. They don't send out notifications very well. And I also stream at like 11 to like 2 a.m. in that kind of range most of the time. So I don't expect people to be up anyways. But if you do want to watch the lives live and all that kind of stuff, I would recommend following me on Twitter and turning on the notification bell, because you'll get notified every time I'm live for sure on that. And you'll get other Jazz related content and stuff like that. Little plug. But yeah, I recommend following the Twitter if you want to be notified for stuff like that. But yeah, sub to the channel, like, all that stuff. Thanks for watching. See you boys tomorrow. Yeah, you know the vibe. Peace.